Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Football Talk. And today, your boy is going to be reacting to 5 big things that still won't be in Madden 27. Shout out to the man himself, Eric Rayweather, for another one. Whew. Okay, this one's going to make some people upset. Some people might not even care. But we shall see. Without further ado, though, let's jump right into it. Let's go.
With Madden 27 a little over a week away, it's time to talk about some things that are still going to be missing from the game. Sure, we know about all the new features. We've seen some
2K trailers coming out,
franchise mode, but there are still a few big things left on the list that people have been asking about for years that still won't be in the game, and you might not know about it. And for some people, these features are make or break. They won't buy the game if they don't have these specific things that they've been waiting for. Now, one thing I am happy about is I've been making this video for about 8 or so years now, and a lot of things that I used to put in these videos are in the game now, which is pretty cool to see. They've brought back a lot of features that we asked about for many years. I mean, there was a time when we were asking for things like assistant coaches in franchise mode, a halftime show, multiple different
halftime show was the big one
for the different games. Heck,
I think that was one of my first videos I reacted to,
and then eventually came back.
Yeah, referees.
And I put that in my video every single year until they eventually put it back in the game in 25. So while the list has gotten much shorter,
it's so crazy now.
A few big things left that we need to cross off
that
the list.
Some people don't realize we did not have refs in the game.
And the first one we're going to talk about is the one that I've had in this video for the longest amount of time at this point, and that's historic teams slash all-time teams. Now, this is a feature that we did have in some older Madden
historic
games, and
teams,
it's something a lot of people liked. One thing I think that EA is still not doing the best of is really representing the history of football. Sure, if you want to go on Ultimate Team, they do represent the history there. You have a lot of legend players.
Yeah, this is the one that, like, I see the most in my comment section, at least, is historic teams. And they always bring back, well, they did it in the old games, why they can't do it now? They should be able to do it now. It's EA, I feel like they could represent the history more with what was it, Madden 25, not the recent Madden 25. The Madden 25, like, what was it, over a decade ago, maybe? They had the historic teams, and that was really fun. The thing is, though, if you didn't know how to get to it, you probably thought it wasn't in the game, because it was like you had to go through all of the current teams, and then you got to, like, the 82s and the 90s and stuff like that. I will love to see this in, like, the modern Maddens, because for me, I was not playing like these type of modes or like stuff like this when I first played Madden. You know, like I was a casual player when I first started out, so this would be really cool to see in today's era. I don't know why they can't put in the game per se. It might be something with you know, licensing the players and stuff like that, or maybe the NFL just doesn't want it. There's another thing. That's why we don't get a lot. Some things from the older games, the reason why we don't get them is because the NFL does not want them.
You can build dream teams. They even have certain challenges where you replay scenarios from
Ultimate Team, though, does have this.
To play that outside of Ultimate Team. Not everybody wants to play that mode. Not everybody wants to grind that mode or spend money. And they have the rights to a lot of legend players, so I do think there's a way that they could make this happen. And I do truly believe at some point they're going to do this and bring it back, just like they have with pretty much everything else we've asked for the most part. Yeah. But if you're looking for that in Madden 27, it's still not going to be there. And I think
they make a big deal about it too.
Madden than we do in college football, because they already have the rights to these legend players. So worst case, you could at least do something like make all-time teams where you're using current players and legend players to fill out most of a roster.
Okay,
and because
that's basically what Ultimate Team does.
On player editing and player creation, people can just fill out the rest of the rosters, upload them online, and then the community could download them. So EA wouldn't even have to do all the work themselves. Just put in a little bit of the groundwork, and the community will take it from there. But we want to be able to relive that history in the game. We want to be able to play with these legends
that would be
outside of
super
Ultimate
dope.
Team. People want to take them into franchise mode and rewrite history. Why not? But unfortunately, it's still not here yet. And number 2 kind of plays into this a little bit, and that is
Franchise would be
Madden
crazy.
moments. Something that was also a really
Oh
favorite back
my
in the day, but
God,
has
bro. Madden moments, bro. This is one of the things that made me fall in love with Madden, bro. Give me 1 second. Let me close my door. This is really one of the ones that made me fall in love with it. Like, I remember Christmas night, well, Christmas Eve. My mama's birthday is Christmas Eve, and I remember I see the PlayStation. I think it was a PlayStation 3 at the time. I see the PlayStation 3. You know, you can kind of, peek in the box a little bit, and I know she got me Madden. And then the EA Sports logo come on, and you got to block the field goal to win it. I forgot what Madden was, but that was one of my first memories of like actually playing Madden. And then like being able to go through the moments and stuff like that. Oh my God, bro. They need to bring this back, bro. EA, please bring this back, bro. This right here, childhood memory right here, unlocked.
been in the game for quite some time now, and it really plays into what I was just talking about, representing the history of the sport. Let me go make those returns with Devin Hester in his prime. Let me go make the 28-3 comeback with the Patriots.
Oh, the 28-3 with the Patriots. What?
If you're able to do the all-time teams or do some historic teams, put those legends in the game outside of Ultimate Team, you can also add Madden moments with that because you'd already kind of have that stuff implemented. You'd have some of those rosters. We know some of the players will be generic. Football teams have really big rosters, so I don't think anybody's expecting you to license 50 players roster, or even 22 starters for 50 different teams. But give us the most important players. Let us create the rest of them. But give us those moments where we can
I think that's what they used to do, if I'm not mistaken.
Another thing I think would be cool that goes along with this is something that 2K has done in a lot of their games with basketball and wrestling over the years is have some kind of a showcase. Maybe every year you take a legend player and you play through moments of their career. The same way
2K showcase.
The Jordan Challenge or the Kobe Challenge.
Yeah,
or in
the
WWE
Jordan
2K,
Challenge.
they would have a different wrestler like CM Punk or something and you would go play through their career. I think that would also be cool and kind of go
That
hand
would
in
be
hand with these
super
moments.
dope.
And I do think it would actually get new people interested in the game too because it's something new to try out. Now, number 3 is something else that has been on this list for quite some time, and that's fully customizable contracts. Now, I will say this year they finally did rework contracts, and there is a lot more freedom there than what we've had before. I think they've kind of got us half the way there, which is good. I'm liking that they're doing that, but it's still not fully customizable the way the true franchise mode hardcore players want. Yes, we do have things like guaranteed contracts, void years, contract incentives, no trade clauses, custom contract structures, and more coming to the game this year. So they have actually done a lot. But I don't believe that you can front load and back load the contracts. I think there may be some limitations on the years when re-signing players to a certain degree. So there are still going to be some limitations there. I think we're definitely on the right path and it's a lot better than it has been, which is good news, but we still need to take it that full way through. Because at the end of the day, franchise mode is a sandbox mode and players want as much control as possible. So we don't want to just get like 70% there. You need to push it all the way. Now, there's a couple of other really big things that still have not made it into the game this year, but really quickly, here's a word from today's video sponsor. I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Arena Club. Now, something I've loved since I was a kid and even still love today is opening up sports cards. It's just that thrill of never knowing what you're going to get. And that's why Arena This one is another one that I've talked about quite a bit over the years, and I kind of understand why it's not in the game, but it's create-a-play. It is something that we had briefly in some older games, and I do think this would be super fun, even if it was just an offline-only feature. I do realize if you're using this online, it could definitely open you up to some glitches.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they don't put it in the game.
But for the offline person that just wants to use it in a sim way in their franchise to design plays and be like a real coach, I do think this would be a cool feature. Now, yes, this year we did get custom adjustments, which in a way is kind of like 30 to 40% of a play designer because you can make 20 custom adjustments and you can use pretty much any type of hot route that's available to you in the game, and you can construct plays around some of your favorite plays in the game. So if you find a play that has some cool routes, you can construct the rest of the routes and the protections and everything around it, and you can save it as a custom adjustment so that when you go on the field, you can just input that and you kind of have, in a way, somewhat somewhat of a custom built play, but it's not the same as literally being able to draw the routes out in the game and have your receivers run them like in the old days. Hey, if you're still here at this point of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well go ahead and subscribe, join the family. That way you're always up to date with all the latest Madden news. It really helps support the channel a ton, and you can always unsub at any time if you get tired of the videos. Now, number 5 is one that I haven't really talked about much over the years, but that's because I felt when making these videos, they were just simply a lot bigger fish to fry. And like I said, a lot of that stuff has been added back now, so we're able to cross those things off the list, and some new things get to enter the list. And this is one that I've seen talked about quite a bit over these past few years, and it just feels like it should be in franchise mode, and that's compensatory picks. That is a big part of the NFL these days, and it still does not exist inside of franchise mode. Now, sure, over the past few years,
I've heard some people talk
got a
about
lot better
this.
contracts this year. They added halftime shows.
I'm not really like,
but there's still
I love franchise mode, but I ain't like
and in my
big
opinion,
into
from
contracts
talking
and
to
stuff.
hardcore franchise players, those little things really do make a big difference sometimes. Now, they did do some work with franchise tags and transition tags this year. There is a non-exclusive franchise tag which allows other teams to make offers on your player, and you'll receive 2 first-round picks as compensation. But you don't have those true compensatory picks if you lose a player in free agency. And I'm pretty sure these are going to come at some point in the near future, just based on the other things that they've been doing for franchise over the past 3 years. But if you're looking for them in Madden 27, they're not going to be there just yet. Now, if you want to know everything about franchise mode for this year's Madden 27,
man, oh man, Eric Grayweather unlocked some childhood memories for me, and a couple of these. Obviously, you guys know my one is definitely the moments, and the showcase. Man, oh man, I remember doing the Jordan showcase, WWE. I think it was John Cena's. Oh my God, John Cena's showcase was so good. And then, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was great. That would be so good to do, like, the showcase, bro. Like, go through Tom Brady's career. Like, his important moments in his career. Like, the first Super Bowl, the 28-3. Him versus the Philadelphia Eagles the second time. You know, what if he doesn't fumble? You know, like, man, that would be so great. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what's one thing you would love to see in the new Maddens that are not in the game. Love you guys. And say bear in the comments if you made it this far. See you guys in the next one.